What is going on, everybody? Jonathan here with Gig Nation, and today we're talking about the top 3 seasonal delivery jobs that you can pick up during the winter months. So a lot of different industries slow down during the winter season. A lot of jobs that you might have get kind of slow during these months. It might not be as busy, but there are a couple industries that actually pick up, get going kind of crazy during the winter months. And one of these is delivery. That's because so many people are buying gifts and shipping gifts during the holiday season that there's some big delivery companies out there really looking for some extra drivers out there on the road. And a lot of these jobs actually fly under the radar because some of the big new delivery apps like DoorDash, Postmates, Instacart are putting a lot of budget into marketing. But during these holiday months, if you can pick up one of these other delivery jobs that I'm about to go into, you can end up making a lot more money than you would expect. Really good cash here. So let's go into the list. I'm going to rank these based on how I kind of see the best opportunities opening up and based on some of my personal experience as well. But before I hop into that, make sure you check out gigsharks.com if you are looking for any types of gig, any types of supplemental work, side hustles. I list all of the latest listings on here, and I've been working really hard to get this website up, so make sure to check it out. You can kind of sort by gigs in your city and find out what the best opportunities are. All right, so let's go ahead and hop into this list. Now, the first gig on this list is Amazon Flex. Now, you might be wondering, if you follow this channel, why I'm listing Amazon Flex, because last week I was deactivated, so you would expect that I'd be mad about this, but I try and be as unbiased as possible on this channel, and there's a bunch of reasons why I think that Amazon Flex is still one of the best holiday delivery opportunities. Now, the first reason why I really like Amazon Flex is because of the flexibility. You can work as little as you want, and you can actually work quite a bit, up to like 33, 34 hours a week if you want to. And during the holiday season, these blocks really get crazy. So if you haven't ever delivered for Amazon Flex before, you probably see the advertisements of $18 to $25 per hour. But during the holiday months, you can actually make a lot more than that. And that's because Amazon Flex prices their blocks for delivery drivers based on demand. So if there are a ton of packages that need to get delivered and not enough drivers out there to deliver them, all of a sudden pricing skyrockets. So you have this like perfect storm during the winter months where Amazon is doing a ton of deals, people are buying a ton of gifts, there's a ton of demand, and then you also get some winter weather. So all of a sudden you're seeing blocks that are priced astronomically high. And last winter I actually saw blocks that were priced between $144 and $172 for a single 4-hour block. That's an Amazon Fresh block. There's a bunch of different types of blocks that you see. Basically, Amazon Fresh is groceries, Whole Foods is groceries, Prime Now is packages that want to be delivered in 2 hours or less. And then there's your standard warehouse blocks, which you don't receive tips on. But all of the 3 previously mentioned blocks, you're actually receiving tips. So that $144 is kind of like the base pay, and then up to $172 is expected tips, but Amazon doesn't really price in those tips very well. And the tips that you can get for a 4-hour fresh delivery block are much higher than whatever the $28 to $30 that they just budgeted right there is. You can actually make a crazy amount on tips here, like up to $100. It's really good. I'm not going to specify because you can't know specifically what you're going to get on tips, but these opportunities are really good. And for those hustlers that want to get out there during the winter months and pick up some of these blocks, maybe you have a car that can, work in adverse weather situations, this is a great opportunity for you. And trust me, I would not be mentioning it if it was not, because Amazon Flex deactivated me. I'm not very happy with them right now. They don't pay me to make this video, but it is a really good opportunity, and I know that a lot of people out here would be interested in it. The only downsides are that Amazon Flex does have a long wait list in some areas. They're not always hiring. They are hiring more often during this season, so it's a good chance that you can actually get activated if you've been waiting around for a while. And the other downside is that you could get deactivated out of nowhere, kind of like me. I had some stuff happen that was outside of my control, but we're not going to go into that right now. Now, if you really want to do an Amazon job and you don't have a car, or you don't want to do Amazon Flex, there are other opportunities. You can work in their warehouses. They pay not quite as good, and the schedule is more rigid, so I wouldn't really recommend that when compared to Amazon Flex, but it is an option there. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the next delivery seasonal opportunity on the list, and that is delivering packages for UPS as a seasonal personal vehicle delivery driver. That means you drive your own vehicle as long as it's at least a 4-door sedan, and you can make up to an advertised $30 per hour plus 58 cents per mile on top of that. Now, a lot of the listings that I've seen are closer to the low 20s in starting, and then they bump you up at 58 cents per mile above that, which can be a really good earnings. And it's nice to get that 58 cents per mile. That kind of reimburses any potential expenses that you might have for wear and tear on your vehicle. And a lot of times that ends up paying out more than what your actual expenses are adding up to. And they have a lot of demand here. So they're looking for people over about a 2-month period to really pick up that full work shift of 8-hour days. And so there's not a ton of flexibility in this schedule. That's one of the downsides. But if you're looking for a ton of work and to make, a ton of cash, a ton of money each day during the holiday season, this is a great job for you. In order to be eligible, you have to be at least 21 years old. You should have no moving violations over the last 3 years. You also need to have a valid driver's license and auto insurance on your vehicle. And those requirements are very similar to the requirements that you would see if you want to become an Amazon Flex delivery driver. You also have to be 21 years old. You have to have that 4-door sedan, and then you have to pass a background check before you hop on and get out there driving. So really similar as to what it takes. The main difference is the flexibility in schedules and also the pricing that you're going to be seeing. Amazon Flex has a minimum that's pretty high, but you can get quite a bit above that when it gets busy during the holiday season. And last but not least here, we actually have a competitor of both of these companies when it comes to delivery, and that is FedEx. So FedEx is in a similar boat as UPS, where normally they have full-time drivers that do all of the deliveries for them, but during the holiday season, they see a spike in demand and they don't know how to fill this demand. They can't just hire a ton more full-time delivery drivers and not provide them with work during the other months outside of this, seasonal winter month time when they get that high demand. So what they do is they look for a position to fill called a casual courier. And this position on average pays between $17 and $20 an hour, which at the surface level looks like it's paying less than these other gigs, these other jobs with Amazon Flex and UPS. But one of the positives is that you're actually using a company vehicle. So you're not driving your own car, you don't put any wear and tear on it, and you don't see any expenses related to that when you're delivering these packages. So if your car doesn't meet the requirements for Amazon Flex or for UPS, then FedEx might be a good option for these winter months. Now, the flexibility of this job actually ranges somewhere in between Amazon Flex and UPS. It's not quite as flexible as Amazon Flex, where you really just schedule blocks here and there. The hours are posted weekly, and you're never going to be working more than 8 hours a day or 24 hours a week with this casual courier position. So while you may get scheduled for that full 8-hour day, you're not going to have too many of these a week. So it's a nice kind of intermediate. You get to enjoy some of that holiday time, spending some time with family, doing those things that you like to do, but you're also, getting some solid hours and a solid hourly wage during that time. I will drop a link to places where you can apply for all 3 of these jobs in the description. With Amazon Flex, you go apply on their website. UPS is similar. You also apply on their website. It's a UPS jobs website. And you're gonna have to do a little bit of searching here because they list all of their seasonal jobs together. So make sure that you're searching for seasonal personal vehicle driver. And with FedEx, it's kind of similar. They also list jobs on their own website, and you have to search for casual courier. It's a weird name, but that's the position. That's their temporary seasonal position. And if you're looking for more long-term positions after you do this temporary work, all of these companies actually do have more long-term stuff available. UPS and FedEx has, long-term positions that you can apply for if you like being a driver and you want more consistent hours. And Amazon Flex doesn't hire, full-time drivers, but they are outsourcing a lot of work to third-party companies, and you can deliver in a white van one of their vehicles, work for them, and potentially get some benefits out of it along with a decent hourly wage. If you've delivered for any 3 of these different delivery companies during the holiday months, let me know. Leave a comment down below. Tell me about your experience, what you liked about it, what you didn't like about it, because, you know, personally, I've only tried Amazon Flex. I have not tried UPS, and I have not tried FedEx, so I don't have a ton of experience here other than what I've researched and read online, and I'd love to get the conversation going to hear a little bit more about how these positions have worked out for you. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel to get all of the latest side hustle, delivery, gig economy updates, to make sure that you're going to be making the most amount of money and increasing your earnings in the gig economy. Also, check out the Facebook group. It's Gig Nation at Facebook. I'll leave a link to that down below as well. That's where we talk about all of this, strategies and different opportunities to work in the gig economy.